everyone, in this week's episode, we'll be talking about smart investment during the COVID-19 crisis. Alright, so here we go. Since the COVID-19 erupted in early 2020, the global stock markets have been moving like a roller coaster, from slump down making to highs, especially in the US markets. Widely speaking, global tourism and the hospitality business are still being dented till today. Property prices in Singapore are still flagging higher, while other regions are beginning to see demand fall. Today, we see that a number of people are still looking for jobs, and while others are really making more monies exponentially in the stock markets. Well, I'm Renee.
I'm Dar.
And welcome to another episode of Inspiration. And in today's episode, we're going to share with you a special topic on how to grow your investments in a crisis time like now. What are the better investment opportunities in the markets besides working hard in your day job? So, Dar, tell us, what have you been doing for the last 2 weeks? And also, so what do you actually see in the market now? And what should we do to get involved in any investments?
Actually, I've been busy watching the market because we all know that the US has just rolled out the second stimulus, which is $2 trillion for the stimulus relief package, and hence a lot of cash moving to the market, a lot of volatility, and I think the Dow Jones, the S&P, and Nasdaq are definitely going up higher in the month of April to May, especially when all the large companies are going to release their Q1 earning reports on this month. So pay a lot of attention to the main component stocks like we always call it the FANGTM, FAANGTM, and it stands for the Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla.
Okay. Those are really some of the big American companies.
Exactly. And they are still rising now. Yep.
Okay. And you just talked about markets that are in the US and Europe.
Yep.
Okay, so now I think a question that everybody's going to probably be interested in, what about the Malaysia and Singapore stock markets? Our viewers mainly come from these two countries, and I'm sure they want to know how to pick up some tips, especially in what kind of tips can you give them on this?
Well, I think for Singapore and Malaysia stocks, basically pay a lot of attention to the component stocks. Alright, so in Singapore itself, as the STI is moving higher, I think we've been talking about that since last month. Yep. So still pay a lot of attention to the three banks. Alright, three banks, OCBC, UOB, DBS, and on top of that, pay attention to some commodity stocks like Wilmar International. As in Malaysia, likewise, alright, pay attention to commodity stocks, especially like Nestle, then IOI plantations, Kepong plantations. These are all the big plantations that are producing the palm oil. Right. I think they would have a higher chance in fetching good returns for investor.
Okay, and just adding in, speaking about Malaysian plantations and everything else, and also I believe that the company that's making the gloves and the rubber plantation,
Top Glove,
right? Yep. They're also kind of moving quite well, I guess, in the stock market.
Well, the prices used to be quite high, but now coming down, going for a restructuring. Okay. So I think just pay attention on the palm oil and plantation stocks. These are the more potential stocks that's going to bring you better returns.
Okay, cool. Okay, now moving on to our next question. Sure. Currently, with the pandemic crisis not showing any signs of ending anytime soon, what kind of investment risks do you foresee, and what are some of the safeguards for us to keep our money safe?
As usual, good questions. Well, I think gold prices, we've been talking about gold prices because one of the main reasons is US dollar is weakening, and when more monies are going to be printed, dollar will weaken this year, especially from now onwards, and we are seeing gold prices starting to rise. In fact, gold prices has broken out above 1750 in the month of April itself, this month, okay, by month end. Personally, I want to put a disclaimer, but I foresee gold prices probably will reach $1,800 per ounce, and in the month of May and June, probably they will go higher and will even break the historical high at $2070 per ounce.
Because it's common knowledge that gold is usually a safe haven for when anything happens, like wars break out or
perfect safe haven.
Yeah, it's like anything major happens in the world, everybody hits the gold and put their money in, and
especially when investors want to deviate from the risk. Right. That's where they put their money in gold prices.
I think gold is really one of the best places to go. Okay, moving on to our next question. Is there any other sectors that we maybe have missed out? And of course, here's our final question for the day. If you have one choice to take a bet during the COVID crisis, what will you invest in?
Well, that one choice It's a tough choice.
but yeah, it's one choice.
Yeah, okay, just one choice. Well, I think I want to change this question a little bit. Okay, I give you two choice. You choose one out of the two.
Okay, sure.
Well, basically, I want to emphasize again and reiterate that gold prices will be a good bet, a good investment if you put that into your portfolio this year. Basically, because of US weakening. But on the other hand, just for this year alone, 2021, I think another good bet will be the cryptos, especially we are looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, any one of these. All right, the main cryptos, what I'm trying to say. So if you ask me, just based on this year, which is the one choice that I want to take? Well, perhaps I would prefer crypto, but moving to next year, 2022, I would think I'll put the money back into gold because gold prices will continue to rise higher because of safe haven reason.
Right. Okay, well, that kind of, I guess, is all the questions that we have. Really nice and short, sweet episode right here on Inspiration. And once again, thanks again to Dar for all that valuable information.
You're welcome.
And as always, please keep those questions coming and we'll do our best to answer them. And until our next episode, I'm Renee.
I'm Dar.
And stay
Signing
safe.
off.